Today we're going to learn a technique called the phased vase drawing. This type of drawing is a technique that helps us shift from our left brain, or our linear brain, to our right brain, or our holistic brain. You may have heard some of the research about the bicameral brain. We have two hemispheres of our brain, and while they're interconnected and they're very similar in a lot of ways, they command different functions. So the left brain is the logical brain. You can think left, logical, linear. And the right brain is the more spatial brain. It's the more holistic brain. The left side of the brain is more about time. It's more about past and future. The right side of the brain is more about the present moment. And it's the side of the brain we want to be in when we're drawing, when we're observing. So this exercise helps us shift. So how this works, I've got myself a nice 6B pencil, very soft, dark pencil, and I'm working on my newsprint. So I'm going to start on the left side of the page. I know in the video it might look like the right side of the page, but it's the left for me. And I'm going to draw a face. Just the outline of a face, not any of the interior features, just the profile. So let me do that. And as I do this, I'm going to talk to myself. And I'm going to tell myself what I'm drawing. So I'm drawing a forehead. And now I'm drawing an eyebrow. And now I'm drawing an eyelid, eyelashes, eyeball, more eyelashes. And then I'm starting down the nose. Nice long nose there. And then I'm coming down to the upper lip, and then the lower lip, and then the chin, and then the neck, and a little bit of the torso there. Now I just want to point out, the whole point of this has nothing to do with the face, it's the line itself. But you heard how I described it. I was talking about the features. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the other side of the page and I'm going to copy that line backwards. So that's why they call it the phased vase drawing, because when I've drawn this line, you'll see sort of a vase shape in here in the middle, and then the faces on the two sides. So first thing I need to do is I need to look at this relative measurement here. I don't have to measure it exactly. I could, but I'm just going to guesstimate it to be right about there. And then instead of talking about the features, I'm going to talk about the line itself. You don't have to do this part out loud. So I see a line that curves out towards the center, and then it has a little bump, and it curves back in, and then it curves out. And one thing I'm doing as I do this, by the way, is I'm comparing constantly, looking back here, looking back here, looking back here, looking back here. So I'm comparing constantly. And then I'm going to drop that little roundish part down there and create another little peaky thing, little pointy thing. Come down a little bit further, and then I can see the line starts to swell back out towards the center. And then it curves up, down again, and then it almost comes to a little point there, and a little curve, and then another point, and then a rounded area, curves back in, kind of like an S curve, back out, and then down, and then it does this nice, gentle slope. So it's not perfect, that's okay. It's not meant to be getting it perfect. The main thing we want to try to do here is we're trying to look very carefully at what we drew over here and replicate it as best we can. It takes some practice. The point that we're doing this, we're trying to get to here, is that we are shifting our attention from a symbol in our head to actually observing what's here. That's extremely important when it comes to drawing, because a lot of times what people do is they see an object and then they draw their mental picture of it. that's not the same as drawing the object itself. So this is a good exercise for us to practice. And we're going to do a couple of different kinds, but this is the preliminary one, and I'll show you some other kinds as well.